Hi Neville, Andy Fennell recording now to give you an update on our progress. So here's the new deck and balustrading. Building inspector's perfectly happy with that. We're going underneath to approach our piles with our stainless steel 12kN connections, etc. Now there is a brace still to go in here, however, why did we leave that out? Yeah, primarily for access, to be honest, but you know, the brace is there, it's going in, got the stainless bolts. You can see everything here is stainless. Underneath we've got all the piles in the places where they should be, connected as they should be, braced as per your plans. We continue going underneath to the 145 by 45 joists, knocked every 800, sat on piles. Now I did go overkill on the connections. I subsequently found out, looking at 3604, that via Dion, a mate of mine, that they only have to be on the braced piles, but you know, it can't harm the structure them being on there. Looking underneath now, flooring. You'll see we're not looking at a T&G floor there. That is treated plywood, because for flooring I priced up the cost of T&G boards, thinking that they would be cheaper initially. However, when it looked at getting the cost, it's actually cheaper for me to put tile and slate underlay over the top of our treated ply and put porcelain tiles there on. So here's our new deck to the rear. Again, connections as required by 3604 when necessary. Underneath I have put some steps, which I'll show you from above. Now I don't know if you can see that from there, but that is 290 by 45 timbers. They're at 400 centres, nice and sturdy, not going anywhere. Okay, let's work our way round to the building itself. Now we've got a slight addition to the deck that you initially specified in the drawings. I've spoken to the council about that. It's fine, it's a minor addition. Basically it facilitated my ease of construction for the remainder of the building. Yeah, I think it'll be good to have that access from the front to the back via the deck. So we're now looking at the structure itself. The building currently has its timber doors fitted, profiles all the way round, matching what's there, matching our existing weatherboard, which is our hewn pine timber board. Now I did have we've got a mix of board in terms of the colour, but it's the same board, so we're all plugged and filled, ready to get a bit of exterior caulk in and then rub down and decorate. Soffits here, we're matching our existing with our 200 by 20 facer board, all H 3.1. Roof tiles, matching our existing tiles. Difficult to procure. I am yet to put the ridge tiles on. However, there's two reasons for that. I am intending to put IP65 downlighters in the soffit, and I can see it as likely that I'm going to have to lift some tiles from above to get my cable over. So the danger in putting the ridge tiles on is obviously that we're going to disturb our new mortar once they're all on. So we'll do that in one go once we've got the lighting wires run. Currently in the process of that. So now going down the side of the dwelling again, same as the back. Internally, so we've got our box corners here, which are the product that's supplied by hewn pine. We've got some new timber doors in here. I'll move around so you can get a better view. So there's our doors in the extension, 3 metres wide. Now glazing, I costed up double glazed doors to accommodate double glazed units, and the increase in cost was, to be honest, prohibitive. So what I've opted for is single glazed door profiles with 6.38 laminated low E glass. so it will meet the council requirements in terms of its strength, given that we've got no horizontal bars. It doesn't quite match the R value of DGUs. I think we're at 0.24 as opposed to 0.28. However, I am upping the insulation in the loft and the walls. So what we will be looking at in our roof space is R5 insulation in the roof, which is about as high as we can possibly go, 2.9 in the walls, and then the 1.9 as specified for the floors. Walking around the building, obviously we've got the rest of our weather wrap that covers the exterior of the building, and obviously our flashing tape installed as per instructions. Internally, obviously the walls are at 600 centres, with noggins as specified every 800. Now the building inspector said, "Oh, I've not seen the noggins stepped, but it's perfectly fine," he says, which is the way I've always done it, but apparently they normally line up with each other, but I find fixing them from above and underneath, obviously you can fire a gun through and get a good connection as opposed to going through diagonally. So here's our double studs supporting our flit beam, connected to our jiffy hangers. Now obviously we're only galvanised on the inside, but there's a beam bearing on double studs at that end, and our 200 by 50 supported on new studs to hold it up. That's going to be where our new cylinder lives. Over here we've got our beam as specified over the door to the rear, all the stainless steel and galv connections as necessary there, connecting our ceiling joist to our rafters as per the plans, all rafters connected to a ceiling joist all the way round. And the roof itself is up there, and I can't zoom on this but that's about as tidy as you can get it, all the way down our hips. Now it did say we got 290 by 50 hips, which I think is something I wrote on my original plan. However, I was copying from somebody else's plan, and to be honest, I think we both know 290 by 50 is way overkill. So we've got 200 by 50 hips here, and our 150 by 50 ceiling joists, well, 190 by 45 and 145 by 45. Now the only query I had, which the building inspector was fine with when he came, was that our common rafter on the left hand side, obviously that needs to be in situ before we can put in our hips and our jacks. So that would have ended up living on top of the beam, so we've doubled up either side of the beam and connected through there to help support that roof and our soffit and fascia, etc. As you can see, all our cuts there are pretty damn tidy. The roof was made on the ground, the walls were square, so it was all worked out with the old trig on the scientific calculator, and made a jigsaw, and up she went, and it was perfect, just what I like. There's our 300 by 50 beam over the door. I did have a look at the requirement for connecting that, because it wasn't specified, but basically 4 nails at the end, given our wind area, is absolutely adequate. Don't know what else I can say to you on the actual structure of the building. I mean, the only thing I've got left to do here is to double up on put a further noggin at the bottom all the way round to help facilitate our jib bracing. So I will be doing that as soon as the I've got some timber coming for that tomorrow, as well as our ceiling board. And that's pretty much about it. I don't know what else you need to see. Obviously, braced at the top there, we've got our ceiling struts in. Not sure what they do in terms of the supporting structure of the roof. I suspect they were put in the plan to perhaps for aiding the construction of the ridge and support during the roof construction, but it wasn't really necessary, so they've been in retrospectively. And that's about it. So any questions, do give me a call. I will be talking to you after you've seen this on YouTube. One more thing, We did redesign our handrail system because the pinning on of spindles to the exterior of the deck structure was something I didn't want to do. So what I've actually done is made up individual spindle sections by cutting out 45 by 45 for my spindles to live in a top and bottom plate, which have then been fixed to a top plate, which are fixed to our 45 by 45 posts. So that's pretty much going to be the structure and a finished look all the way around the rest of the deck. Here's our roof from down below. I do need to do a little bit of tidying up in the valley, but she's watertight now, and just basically ridges are and hips, as I say, are yet to be mucked in, but we're temporarily watertight via some breathable membrane and some weight of the new ridge tiles there on until such time as they get mucked in. So as I say, that's about it. Any other questions, you need to give me a call, but hopefully from this you can see that it's been built to 3604 standard and as per your plans, and yeah, hopefully your reference will be enough to convince the building practitioners board that I am a capable builder. Anyway, signing off now. Speak to you soon. Cheers.